All right, boys, we've got a great problem to have here. We each chose one Sens Central standout. So we're leaving a lot of talent on the board. And the way we do it now, because we've got this beautiful graphic that I'll pull up in just a moment, but I just messaged the group chat, just the host I'm never going to pick first. I want to snap it around, and whoever answers me first gets their choice. Then it's a free-for-all. If I see it, I'm going to snap in mine, and that's what happened today. Martian got first, I got second, and Pilsy got the third choice here as well. And Alex makes a great point too. Before we get to our standouts, Alex makes a great point. Who gets the helmet?
Yes.
The fire helmet. We haven't even talked about the fire helmet. The new player of the game. What would you call it? Not an award.
Yeah.
An award? Prop. Thank you. A prop.
Nice catch.
Who's getting it tonight?
I mean, in my mind, I go straight to Josh Norris as the guy.
This is the easiest one ever.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. I don't think we need to go any deeper into that because I know for a fact that Josh Norris is somebody's standout as well. So we'll leave that one hanging there.
But it is a good point, though, Alex. We appreciate you because last year we did put up a poll each time. So we were slacking on that. But I already got chirped for putting up because we're also making it interactive for the Locked On player on the daily show, where we're going to put up a poll with 4 options and you pick your Locked On player to watch. And people are like, oh, it's obviously Norris tonight. It was, I think, 89% of the people voted for Josh Norris. So I'll save another lopsided Josh Norris poll and I'll snap it over to Martian, who had the first pick of our Sens Central standouts.
Yeah, I did have the first pick, and I obviously feel like Norris would have been an easy selection, but this is a guy I really wanted to talk about him tonight because I think he played an incredible game, and that's Jake Sanderson. I mean, is he just coming into his own or what, fellas? 1 goal, 1 assist, and, a solid 2017 of ice time. He was buzzing out there. He only had the 1 shot on net, but it went in for him. 100% shooting percentage. Is that good? But boys, the way he's skating with the puck and the way
that's absolutely sick.
And the way he's defending, and he is the Senators' best defenseman, and I don't think there's any debating that right now. The way he's playing, he's controlling the game when he's on the ice. He's doing everything right. He makes great passes. He's zooming around the other team's off net in the offensive zone. He's all over the ice, boys. And that assist that he had on it was the Artem Zub goal. I mean, he basically did a full lap of the arena with the puck before he made the pass, got it back, and then he set the guy up for the goal. Like, this is vintage Erik Karlsson looking ability that we're seeing out there. And I don't say that lightly. That's some really good skating and really good vision, and his offensive game is coming to a head. And I mean, it's not going to be long before the rest of the league notices. So Jake Sanderson's my standout on this one. I think for me, it was a fairly easy choice.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Having Jake Sanderson on the team, man, he might not be the Sens' best defenseman. He might be the best defenseman in the National Hockey League.
I mean, let's not get carried away, but he's in that. I mean, let's not.
He will be. No, but remember when the analysts, even once analysts started realizing, wow, we sounded very silly saying it was a reach at 5. Then they're like, oh, well, I hope they aren't expecting someone like Cale Makar. This guy might actually have that offensive ability that will make him in that Heisman Makar tier.
And Pilsy, if you want to go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say Jake Sanderson is doing everything in his power to emulate Cale Makar. I mean, he took the same process, deferring a year, staying an extra year in college.
Where'd you get that?
It was first reported at SENSCENTRAL. But in Ian Mendes' article, he talked about how in the offseason, Jake Sanderson looked at his 4 goals and was like, okay, 4 goals, I got to do better than that. So he asked the video guy, get me clips of every single shot and goal from Cale Makar and Rasmus Dahlin. And they put that together and they said, look, these are where these defensemen that you're trying to up your level and be as good at, this is where they shoot and where they score from. This is where you need to get so you can score more goals. And he's already being so successful with that. And his shot looks so much better. He has really put a focus on, I don't want to just be a good skater and a good defender and facilitate the puck. I want to light that lamp myself. And damn, he's making it known that that's going to happen more often this year.
That goal tonight was a prime example of him, collecting that puck and getting it to the middle as quickly as possible, getting the screen and just ripping that thing top shelf. Like that thing was on his stick.
No chance.
So fast. Nobody saw it coming. It was absolutely zipping top cheese. And get used to it because I think he's going to do that a lot more.
And what's amazing is that he plays defense just as well, if not better, than he does offense. He's the number one PK guy over the boards. He skates. He's a one-man breakout.
Top power play now.
Hey, so good standout. Good standout, boys. You like it?
It's a great standout. We've been drooling over his game for like 5 minutes now. And I feel like we could keep going. The one thing I'll say is this guy needs to keep the mustache, right? Like it's such a sick look.
Don't change anything, Jake.
Remember
what
last season he put the mustache on. The Sens were having a hard time winning games, but he was growing out that mustache, and that's when I think he was collecting a good amount of his points from last season too. So I'm in agreement. Keep the mustache. Let it get thicker and thicker. Speaking of facial hair, though, I did notice in the post-game interview that Tim Stützle's now able to kind of like grow a little scruff. He's keeping it short.
He'll be ready for his playoff beard.
That makes you feel a little old if he can grow facial hair.
Yeah,
Brady's still working on it.
Our guy Derek Lee says that Sandy Zub pairing held Ovi to 0 shots. And DJ Smith was very clear that was going to be his matchup every time he could get them out there against Alex Ovechkin. They wouldn't. They just shut him down, man. Like there's not much else to it than that. It was a super impressive effort, a masterclass. And Hot Lunch pointing out here, I'm glad that he brought up this play. Getting back to break up that TJ Oshie breakaway was outstanding. And all I could think about now is that Jack Hand tweet being like his skating gets him in trouble. It might be the funniest tweet of the summer. It actually might be the funniest tweet of the summer.
No, it's the bonehead tweet of the year.
Bonehead
Martian
of the year. Joe Bell, you are absolutely going to be a Sens Central citizen this season.
Let's go.
We'll get you on next week.
Oh, man, Joe. It's my first time seeing Joe all season. Nice to see you in there, Joe.
Yes, Joe. Absolutely love having you as a part of the postcast, a part of the Locked On Senators family, the citizens, as we say. Okay, so you've got Jake Sanderson as your first Sens Central standout. And at that point, I kind of have to. My hands are tied. I've got to go with Josh Norris. 2 goals. Not only that, but he's now only 39 faceoffs away from me being out of my complete panic. He took 11 tonight, won 5 of them. So completely respectable numbers, just under 50%. And what I also love about his game is he's flying around the ice. You can tell that it's been an upper body injury. Like his skating, his conditioning, everything seems like it's 100%. And he didn't miss a beat. The goal was just classic Josh Norris, a little bit closer than maybe his office is. It's like he's walking home from his office, and he got there right to the top of the crease. Great anticipation. His hockey IQ right where it left off. So Josh Norris is my Sens Central standout tonight.
Talk about a guy who's put on this earth to bury pucks. Like this guy just knows how to bury the puck when he shoots it, right? Like you say what you will. Like he's in front of the goal mouth for that first goal, but it's not as easy as it looks. He makes it look extremely easy, and he puts it home with authority every single time. And again, with that Batherson one where he passed it out front to him, and he's in that right in the middle of the slot, and he rips that thing. Boys, like that's just an elite goal scorer scoring goals. He makes it look so easy and simple, but it's not something that anyone else in the NHL seems to be able to do so easily. And you mentioned his skating, Ross. I feel like this is something that's always overlooked with Josh Norris, or maybe just people just forget. He's always been an incredibly good skater, and his acceleration is so different from anyone I ever watched. And I don't know what it is, but every time I watch Sens games, I find myself honing in on Josh Norris when he's on the ice because he gets my attention with the way he skates. He moves back and forth laterally more than any other player I've ever seen, where he's hopping into different areas of the ice and he's losing coverage. And he's wide open all the time.
Pillsy, were you nervous when Ovi got him by the bench early in the first period?
Well, that's what I referenced earlier. Like that was the first test because Ovi puts his weight into finishing checks, and he got Norris pretty good right at the start by the bench. So that did make me nervous, but he battled through it. And you mentioned Norris makes it look easy. Well, Martian, that's going to lead into my Sens Central standout because Batherson made those goals easy. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Norris's shot, but My God, Drake Batherson set him up beautifully. And we talked about it in today's episode, Ross. For that line to work, Kubalik, Norris, and Batherson, Drake Batherson was going to have to be the driver of that line, and he was going to have to find ways to set those guys up. And today he said, Josh, welcome back to the game of hockey. It's been a while for you. Let me make things easy on you. And his first assist, that little sneaky backhand, no look pass to Norris, backdoor on the power play. I mean, most players are going to bury that. So that's a nice little gift to get Norris, get the monkey off his back after 270 days. And then the second assist Batherson has on Norris's goal, he goes for a wraparound, but instead of trying to jam it, he has the awareness to say, hey, there's my buddy Josh in the high slot. I know all I have to do is get the puck on his stick. It's going to be off his stick in half a second and in the back of the net real quick. And that's what he does. So another great heads-up play by Drake Batherson. Neither of those goals happen without Batherson's smart hockey IQ and getting that pass right on the tape.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Pilsy. Like his ability to find Norris is incredible. But we do got to give a little bit of credit to Kubalik on that second Josh Norris goal. He kind of rode the defender and gave him a bump and knocked him off the puck right before Batherson picked it up. So he didn't get an assist on the play, but I do think Kubalik deserves a little bit of credit on that one.
Nice.
Boys, how about Drake Batherson finishing with the most ice time among forwards tonight? Now, when it's 5-1 after 2 periods, you're just going to kind of roll 4 lines from there. But I think that's a nice feather in his cap for a guy who was pretty snake bit before those 2 assists tonight.
Yep. 1 point off your elusive Batherson 3-point night, though, Ross.
I know.
Ross, I see you tweet out earlier that he's got 2 points pretty early after he had the 2. And
of course.
Did you have money on the 3?
Always.
Oh, man.
I always have like a couple dollars. Let's see if I can change this.
That was a tweet where I was looking at that and I was like, if people don't follow the show or follow the Ross, they're probably like, what is this idiot doing tweeting Batherson 2 points when Josh Norris has scored 2 goals? And that's the big story here. And Ross is like, ooh, Drake Batherson, though, could get 3 points. But that's a classic Ross Levy lock is Batherson 3 points for the people that have been following along.
Exactly. And that's what we want. We want little breadcrumbs for people who are just watching the show and who can do that. Look at me changing it on the fly. Still had Senators versus Hurricanes.
I wasn't going to mention it. Didn't want to hurt your ego, but that's a well done change. That was a NASCAR type pit stop change on the graphic there, Ross. People probably didn't even notice that happen.
No, they did. They were in the chat giving him a hard time. That's why I changed.
Oh, but I got an NVM. A little never mind. Yeah, we're quick on the trigger here at Locked On Senators. Reminder to follow at Laleem's Martian on Twitter, on Twitch, where
on
he's
Twitch.
24. Look at that. Follow. Hey, there you go. I didn't even
look
see
at Joel. Thank you very much, Joel. That means a lot to me. Honestly, like I'm having so much fun doing these streams now. I did my second one tonight before the game. We had consistently a very active chat. You know, people are commenting different things. I'm commenting back to them. The comments are popping up on my screen. I'm playing the game. We're going back and forth between Sens chat and commentary on what's going on and when I'm playing. So I'm having a ton of fun. So if you guys want, please go to twitch.tv/Laleem's and toss me a follow and jump on the next one. Because, I mean, if it's a lot of the same people who are in these chats, then it's going to get even more electric in there. And I have the Sens at 5 1-on-1 and in all-star mode, and I suck at the game. So we're the boys are heat. Let's just say that.
Love to see it. Tonight's game, it's a 6-1 win over the Washington Capitals. The SENSCENTRAL standouts. Martian has Jake Sanderson, who had a goal, an assist, 1 shot on goal, and played over 20 minutes. I took Josh Norris, who had 2 goals in his first game in 270 days, 3 shots on goal, 5 for 11 in the faceoff dot, and played 16.5 minutes. Pilsy's got Drake Batherson, 2 assists, 1 shot on goal, and 18.25 in time on ice that led all Sens forwards.